Annastahia Baino, 23 years old, live in Amsterdam. I'm a law student. I'm originally from Suriname. I lived 11 years in Belgium. Then I came to the Netherlands. What I was telling the other people, I was always seeing my parents working. When there was problems, they just worked through it, never waiting on anything, just do it themselves. Um, that caused some emotional problems for me because I was shutting down from everybody. Also, school here in the Netherlands is just like when you go to school, you need to get some scores to get placed in a better box, higher level. And if you don't do that, you have just call it like you have not the same chances as people as the get higher levels scores from school. And that was just challenging because if you don't add up, you always they can look down on you. Just you need to press left every time you need to level up. And when you when you came from school, you need to choose your education. That's certainly where the problems start because you need to go to school, but you need also money for yourself. You need to provide for yourself, and there is where I needed to make a choice. Like, am I quitting school and just go working, or am I just let work go and just yeah, that I cannot provide for myself, but I need to go to school, and it was just not adding up, and I was just working on a lot of projects, um, where I was just like exhausting myself. Then I have a conversation with Pascal. He coached me with how I need to plan my life, um, giving the balance between work and school. Um, Telling me that I need to look for myself what I want and be emotionally there, just hear people out, getting advice from people, and not just not just be focused on I need to work, I need to work, I need to work, but just enjoying also. Um, yeah, the conversations that I have with the youth from Amsterdam is just always about I want to go to school, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I need also money because if I don't have money, I can pay my bills, and if I can't pay my bills, how can I go further with my life? And now you see that a lot of young people, they don't have a home, they don't have a job, they don't have a school, just because they don't know how to balance it all. Um, and that's difficult because they need to make a choice, but they don't know how to make the right choice for themselves, because you have also input from a lot of people that can influence your behavior, that can influence your choices. And then some people just gonna be stuck in the middle of their own situation, can get out of it. So that's what I'm seeing this happening here. um yeah, and what was just going on with me.
Uh,
Can I ask a question for you?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Nastasia, you mentioned Pascal, and we didn't have that much chance already. At least I didn't have a chance to meet everybody and to hear about the work they're doing. So, Pascal, sorry, I don't know much about what your organization is doing. So maybe if you could just tell us, you or Pascal, what actually, how did you, find Pascal and his organization, and
And
Oh,
how it worked for you.
how it worked? Yeah, what kind of support they
mm,
offer?
I found Pascal. I get connected with Pascal through another man that's just helping youth with their future. Um, and yeah, they gave a lot of workshops, trainings about how to presentate yourself, how to find a job, how to make plans for yourself for the future, how to provide for yourself. And when I went to the trainings, he just recommended for me to go talk with Pascal because he was one of the coaches also. And that is just where it started. Yes.
Voya, unmute yourself.
Was there any other support that you searched for and you didn't get it provided, or that you needed and there was no possibility to get it, or that it came to you and they offered you, but you didn't expect it? Something else, like any program, any community, any NGO except of Pascal?
Yeah, there was a program, but there was just like only trainings and workshop. That was just like a program, and you need to just um exercise. Yes, yeah, you need to put it direct in the work. So that was just like the program that you learn it today, and the next week you need to have it put it in work, so that you can see for yourself the progress that you are making. Um, and yeah, I was at the time that I was connected with Pascal. I have like two jobs, and I was going to school, and I have like a lot of projects from my own that I wanted to accomplish. And the first thing he said is like, you're doing way too much, two jobs, school, and also your projects that you want to accomplish. And I always had a feeling that I need to do it for my family. So if I can do it, I'm just failing myself. And he went just all this step with me, just like to look from where does it come from. um, and I need to write everything, just what I know about myself. And so he made me in oh yeah, you can almost say he introduced myself to myself again. Yes. And that was shocking to see, like, oh, this is how I'm living my life. And yeah, it was hard to see that, because I needed to make a change. And it was not easy, but he just gave me just the chance to um, go from two jobs to one job and focus on one project at a time. um, yeah, and till now I'm just, yeah, it's working for me. So I'm very grateful that he just came into my life and told me all those things about myself and what I need to do, or not what I need to do, but what I can do. He lead the choice over to me. And what also was very nice is just that he he doesn't put the answers in my head. He was talking to me. And I think that's very important for the youth, that you don't tell them what to do, but you make them answer their own questions. So that we can think about it, and that we can put it in work and just give it, yeah. um how do you say that? You can put it in work, and you can change it like easily before self easily. um and yeah, that I think that is working, because if you're telling people, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you're talking at them, they gonna hear you, but they gonna do it because it's a say so thing. It's not that I experience for myself or I feel it for myself that I need to make the change. So that's what I just that's what's my experience.
Before I ask Pascal for his perspective as someone who was mentor of yours, I have a question for you. All of them mentioned that your main motivation is, if I got it correctly, was to actually help your family, to do
Yes.
it because of your family. But
Yeah.
do you think what was this small, small, small thing that made you actually change and face the situation and change? Was it that you were lucky, or was it your personal motivation, or was it the place you've been? Like, what do you think? Why other young people which are facing diverse, different situations don't do it? Like, why you are different than them? Why you succeeded to do it? Was it because of your character, or just coincidence, or what? What
Um,
would you say?
no, it is just it. My character is just like that. I'm always just the people like I'm on my own. I just need to do what best for me. But
Mhm.
it grows when my mother was sick. My mother was sick. She can walk. She can talk. She can do nothing.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, my father was just leaving my mom in that situation. So I was the oldest one. I am the oldest one from the family. So I took the job on me, on myself, that I need to provide for my little brother, my little sister, my mother. I need to help them, administration, financially, but I also need to go to school. I also need to yeah, it was for me was like um I just grow up fast. I just become from I was 15 years old then. So from 15 I went just going up like, okay, I need to step up now and do everything in the household and provide and everything. But that was my own choice. Nobody made that choice for me. And I went from impulsive that perspective. I get on it. Just I'm from yeah from that moment. I was like, I can't stop now. I need to go further, 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 further. When my mom, she got better. She can walk now. She can talk again. She can work again. But the 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 behavior, the habit, it just stuck. It was stuck in my mind. Like I need to do this. I need to do this for them. And if I don't do it, I feel myself and I feel them. But there was something in my mind, and I just was forgetting myself. Like yeah, that.
Cool. Thank you, Anastasia. We will have some time for questions also, but before, I would like to ask Pascal maybe to tell us his perspective on contact with you from the moment you had the contact to this moment. Pascal, if you would like.
Yes. Well, great job, Anastasia. I'm very proud of you and that you're still going strong. And it must have been, I believe, a couple of years ago since we met and since I helped you out. And I feel privileged when I hear you talking right now, and I'm proud of the things you're doing right now. You must tell them, actually, by the way, what you're doing right now, because I think it's very interesting. But in regards to the question of Foja, from my perspective, I saw a young girl who was already an adult, who was already doing things actually a child of 15 years old, to my opinion, shouldn't be doing. And it made me recognize myself in her. Because when I was a young boy, I had to take care of my little sister too, because my father and my mother got separated from each other. And even though he was in our lives, it was a big loss for us because he was a great mental support. So I grew up rapidly and became a young adult myself. So it takes one to know one. So when I saw Anastasia, I saw a lot of power, I saw a lot of energy and spirit, and a lot of drive. And the reason I became a youth worker was because I wanted to be there for youngsters because I know what it was like for myself not having anyone to help me out. So when my boss, actually he's not my boss, he's also my friend, but the one who gave me the assignment, the one Anastasia was mentioning, he he said, I have a girl I wanna give to you to help her out, and I think you should be a personal coach for her because she has a lot of drive and she has a lot of internal powers, but she's a little trapped and she needs to be, how do you say this, freed. You need to free her from her mental blockades. So that was very intriguing and very interesting because it was not like, okay, I have this method, so let's try it out on Anastasia and see if it's going to work. I needed to connect with her and talk to her and with her to understand her way of thinking, her environment, her identity, her activities. So a lot of steps, which I'm glad to share with you all the next coming days if you want to. It's based on the Bateson model, and the Bateson model actually helped Anastasia again in regards to relationships. I hope it's still going. I'm still. I hope it's still going fine, Anastasia. By the way, but it teaches you to work on yourself based on beliefs that work for you and not against you. So I noticed that she was open, and when she was open, it was easier for me to work as a coach, youth worker, to make things understandable for her and for her own insights. So when I shared those insights with Anastasia, she directly took it and started working. So in order to help her out with all the jobs she was doing within the small time she had, I said, why don't I give you one job? I was working as a recruiter at that time. I said, I can give you one job for like 37 hours a week, but you must promise me that you're gonna leave the other jobs so you can focus on one job. And it was a job where she had the freedom and the opportunity to study for free. It was at an education organization. Like I don't have examples in foreign countries, but in Holland there is like a big institute for educations and studies where people who work there can study for free. So I said, okay, you want to be a law officer. If you come work at this job, you have the opportunity to work on yourself inside of the organization while getting paid for it. So of course it got her interest and she said, okay, let's do this. And then she did it. And then she grew inside of the organization as well. So she proved herself to be worth the while because in all honesty, I coach a lot of youngsters, and I think, oh, thank you for the applause, Maria. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I coach a lot of youngsters, and I think Anastasia is one of a kind because from all the youngsters, she is the one who made the most progression, who reached the most, and yeah, make well. And I believe if there are 10 youngsters, it only takes one to make a difference. And I'm glad to say that she did. And this is what makes me very proud of her because, you know, it's not that easy and she did it. She managed to do it. So this is how I look at it.
Well, thank you, Pascal, very much. It's very, very inspiring. But before we have space for the question, Anastasia, would you like to add anything to what Pascal said, to comment, or we give a floor to people?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just grateful I met him. Yeah.
Cool. It says everything, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for the introduction. Now we open the question. Please.
Please allow me to Anastasia is a little modest, and I'm still coaching her out. I think you should say and share what you are doing, Anastasia, because it really fits to this project. This is a project where we help out youngsters and youth workers who do something for individuals who don't follow training or education. And I think you can inspire them by creating your own stage. Yesterday, I mentioned that during an assignment, and I think you are a good practical model for that. So please, in a short sentence, share what you're doing right now with your legal activities.
Okay. I'm just like I was saying, like when I went to school, you get placed in boxes. So I was one of the lowest box. Um, then I chose my education, and that was just everything was just backfiring at me, and that was a choice. I need to do I work or do I do school? Educate myself with everything that I know from law, the situation that I was in, the situation that my mother was in, force. I was just writing everything that I get to the everything that was getting to me. I was writing. I was just writing, and I know that one day I will need all this information. So I went back to school. I went back to work, and I chose to practice law with help from Pascal. What he just said, I went to work, but I also had the chance to get free school education, um, and that I was just learning about more about law and finances. That was also my interest, and from there I just decide for myself that I will open my own office and help people with legal problems and financial problems. And now I just have like um, 20 clients that I'm just helping with their problems. And now with the pandemic, it's just like people with um, social problems will come also to me, like I don't have a place to stay. I can have my money, can you help me with it? Divorce problems, everything that I once write down is just coming at me, and now I can help those people because um, I also kind of went through it. So with my own experience and things I've learned, I can help those people now. So that's what I'm doing.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you, Pascal. Guys, we have some time for the questions. So any question for Anastasia or Pascal from your side? Or any comments?
I see
Yes,
some
Maria, Maria Jovanovic.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have a really questions. I just have like a thought, because all three stories were very extremely inspiring. And what somehow it's summarizing, it's that no matter in which kind of in which part of world people are living, and which kind of whole climate, I mean, about economic and those and the culture, no matter how that is functioning, everyone are struggling with some kind of problems, that's for sure. But somehow the job of us, the job of youth workers or supporter, is to find that kind of inner power in every youth, and to help them to make success no matter of the condition. So that is what was inspiring for me, and what actually prove me that maybe I'm doing the job the right way. So this is just one thought to share.
Yeah, thank you, Maria, and thank you for actually starting already the conclusion. But we will now soon have time for that. Before we go to that direction, is there any other question or comment for Anastasia and Pascal? Diana?
Yeah.
Diana?
Hello. I have a question for the Pascal. I hear the word coaching. Are you official coach, or you use it's like certificate, no, accredited method, or you use only it's this method like no, what you know, and no, personally for
I understand. Of course, I started as a practical coach. That's true. But the last couple of years, I got my certificate in the neuro-linguistic programming education. So I can call myself an NLP coach. NLP stands for neuro-linguistic programming. And I believe the most famous NLPer is Tony Robbins. So, and I visited 2 events of Tony Robbins in 2016. So I combined my talent, my coaching experience, and of course the education part. So this is very powerful coaching methods. I can really recommend it.
Yes, I am NLP now, and I hear this method, and I'm interested in and it's my own feeling good method for motivation, for starting, for achieving of the goals. But
Yeah.
you put it official in project, or you use it only personally?
Both. I also organize seminars, and during those seminars, I implement the structure of NLP, and I use practical examples. For an example, if there is a building of like 20 stages high, and you need to cross over from building A to building B, and there's only a wooden shelf in between, would you do it? Then usually people say, no, we won't do it. Then I schedule the same situation, but now the other building is in fire, and there is a baby on the other platform. Will you do it right now? And then the situation changes, because the motivation is now differently, because now it's important that you do it to save a life. This is really an example based on neuro-linguistic programming. It's what you tell yourself. So I can do it one-on-one in a coaching session, where I can directly, this is how I helped out Annastahia on her relationship part. But when it's about that internal drive and force and power, I can use it inside of a training or in a seminar.
Thank you. I write you on Facebook personally. I am interested in this question, and I have some ideas. Thank you.
Well, glad to be of service.
Thank you. Any other question or comment?
Yes.
Okay, Abdu.
Yes. I would like thank Annastahia for your sharing your story. I'm proud of you. But maybe I have a question to my colleague Pascal. Sometimes we do a lot of work with someone to get them to the better shape or the better situation, but he don't respond and use to with him. Are there any indicate for about choosing the right person to work with them? For example, is these are only critical to choose the person, or something or other thing? I hope you understand my question.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yes.
If you ask my opinion, I think it's important that you find somebody who is already an expert in what you want to reach or want to become. And then you have the right role model, because there are a lot of coaches, but who's to say who's the best coach for you? The only one who can decide is the apprentice. So Annastahia decided that she wanted to work with me. She could have chosen any other coach as well. I think, well, maybe she should say herself, but I think that as I mentioned, I recognize myself in her. I can imagine that she recognizes parts of things she wants to become herself as well inside of me, and that I am the person or the facilitator of those needs or interests. I can imagine, but she can confirm if she wants to herself. The next part is, if you find your role model, it helps out that somebody who has already achieved what you want to achieve can tell you what the experiences were. Sometimes a coach says, no, you should not do this, you should not do that. And then you ask them, but did you do it? No, I didn't do it, so I cannot tell you. okay, but why do you think you can tell me if you don't even have that experience? Then it's harder to understand. Of course, you can help out, even though if you don't have that experience, to the best of your knowledge, but there will always be a percentage of not knowing what it feels like. So when you know what it feels like, I think it's better for you to relate to your clients or to the persons you're trying to coach or to help out.